So you're really going through with this?
Looks like it.
We're jumping from one holiday to the next. Yay, consumerism. And what is a better way to celebrate the chaos coming up than a Hallmark movie? A Hallmark wannabe movie, that's what. Actually, if we really want to get into the consumerism part, Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas would be a better choice, but 2019's Christmas Coupon stars Courtney Matthews, Aaron Noble, and other people that, quite frankly, you might be better off not knowing. I'm pretty sure I would be, and yet here I am about to watch it. Okay, I'm ready. We started a high school prom where they didn't even try to make the 30-something-year-olds look like high schoolers. Or these are just the worst but most persistent students in the history of high school. Ivan and Allison pledged their love to each other, and then we flash forward 10 years where the director asks you to not look too closely at the obvious stunt double figure skating. It's one thing to go by the name Napoleon, but it's another thing to spell it in a way that at first glance it looks like Neapolitan. Suddenly I want ice cream. Ivan is now an NHL player for the Flames in New York City? Sure. While Allison teaches figure skating at a local skating rink. But apparently neither will be doing this for much longer because Ivan's fallen and can't get up, and Allison's boss fires her for not having enough students. Wait, ice skating teachers work for people? I thought that was more of an independent kind of thing. Allison helps her sister Lauren and Lauren's husband as they host a soup kitchen out of their cafe.
Not gonna lie, my tomato soup was a hit tonight.
You only gave them tomato soup? I mean, if you aren't even gonna include bread with it, the least you could do is make it something substantial like a stew or something. And suddenly I want stew. Am I hungry? Stand by. Now with a bum knee and no more advertising deals, Ivan moves back to his hometown of Hope Springs. The local gossiping priest is wondering if they should warn Allison that Ivan is back. She finds out anyway, I think. Wait, I think she's supposed to have seen him, but they don't make that obvious in the way they shot this. Anyway, Allison is on her way to tell her boyfriend Bobby that she no longer has a job. Of course, he is busy working and has no time to console her. This relationship is clearly going to last the entire movie. Allison has the idea of getting the same job at another skating rink. How many skating rinks are there in small towns? I guess I've never thought to count. Where was this filmed? Livonia, Michigan. Look at that. There are 2 ice skating rinks in Livonia, and one has a Learn to Skate program. Learn something new every day. Ivan tells his sister about seeing Allison in town earlier.
Did you talk?
No, well, she looked at me.
Which you wouldn't know by the way it was shot. Lauren suggests that Allison start giving lessons out at Nixon's Pond because it's frozen over right now. Not much of a long-term solution, but whatever.
I don't have any students though.
Maybe we can make some flyers that we can hand out on Monday.
Flyers, like a coupon book. We'll call it the Christmas Coupon.
Yes, we have a clumsily shoehorned in title. Allison is clearly oh so touched by this.
Aw, girls, you do that for me? You guys are the best twin nieces ever.
The sincerity is palpable. One of these Christmas coupons is given to Ivan and his niece Chloe, and as luck would have it, Chloe really wants to take lessons. As Allison is having the first class do glides, apparently, Ivan starts critiquing her teaching and tension arises. Allison bribes the police chief, gifts him a plate of cookies. I think he's supposed to be Lauren's father-in-law? Some of these family relations are either too heavy-handed in their explanations or not clearly explained at all.
Okay, everyone, today we are going to focus on our balance.
Wait, your first lesson was making them skate back and forth across the ice, and then you decide to teach them balance? Maybe Ivan was right to critique your teaching. Speaking of Ivan, he won't shut up, so Allison lets him show them one demonstration. Meanwhile, Bobby, Allison's beau, is trying to get Lauren to sell him the diner. She says no, but Allison is out at Nixon's Pond teaching ice skating. Of course, this entire conversation takes place in front of customers because we are professional like that in this town. Bobby sees Ivan on the pond with Allison and her class, and he proceeds to interrupt the class and make things awkward. So he gets a hair up his butt when someone interrupts him at work, and then expects to be able to interrupt everybody else while they're working? Turd. Allison tells Bobby the truth about Ivan, how they started dating in 8th grade, and one day she found a note left for her at the diner from Ivan saying he got drafted into the NHL, so goodbye. Turd. It turns out Bobby is trying to buy buildings downtown so he can bulldoze them and put up one big box store. I know this is a stereotypical movie villain trope, but does he have any idea how unprofitable that idea actually is? Maybe they all should just switch careers. Ivan should teach ice skating because apparently he knows how to do it better. Allison should go into real estate or whatever the hell Bobby does so she can keep her sister's cafe going. And Bobby should join the NHL because then he'd go away. Ivan shows up to the Christmas party at Lauren's in-laws' house and boring conflict ensues during the white elephant gift exchange. Seriously, it's just stupid. Moving on. Lauren and her husband realize they can't afford to hire more staff, so should they sell the cafe to Bobby?
I don't trust him. I don't like it.
Lauren, Bobby could be your new brother-in-law.
Wouldn't you say that's all the more reason not to enter into any business transactions with him? Ivan comes to the restaurant and random old guy who is never really explained wishes him a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I don't really get into Christmas too much, but I do appreciate that. Thank you.
Then why did you go to a Christmas party last night? Never mind. Old guy invites Ivan to come around to his woodworking shop, which does not do the audio any favors here.
You're the secret Santa, aren't you?
Shh. It's a secret.
Can I ask you something?
How much will you pay me to keep this secret, Santa? Ivan crashes Allison's personal skating time, and should he be skating with a bad knee anyway? Ominous music starts as Bobby drives up to Nixon's pond and sees Ivan on the ice with Allison. Bobby tells them to stay away from each other. Allison suggests that maybe they should take a break.
You're gonna regret this. I'm the best thing that ever happened to you.
Shut up, Vertical Horizon. Allison goes to talk to Pastor Chris about Ivan. Is referring to someone dressed as a priest as pastor considered a white-collar crime? I regret nothing. Allison tells Lauren that she might be starting to have feelings for Ivan again. That was quick, but okay. However, Allison is not sure that he won't hurt her again.
Here's what I think you should do. Spend a little time with them. That way you know for sure one way or the other.
What kind of shitty advice is that? Turd. The next morning, Ivan bets he can run faster than Allison even with a bum knee. Allison challenges him instead to come do yoga the next morning, where he falls on his bad knee. Brilliant. Everyone involved. Brilliant. This forces Ivan to hang out at Allison's house while he ices his knee.
What's going on in here?
In our town of Halloween. In our town of Halloween.
I know Danny Elfman doesn't own those notes, but I think my brain is just desperately wishing I was watching a better movie. Anyway, Ivan and Allison begin cuddling while watching TV, and we see them hanging out and watching a parade as they apparently cross the street in the middle of it. What's even worse, we are only halfway through this movie. Why are they already in love? Like, what is the rest of this movie? This is Secret Santa? It's not a very good secret, is it? Allison tries to get to the bottom of Ivan's don't really get into Christmas thing.
You know, Ivan, ever since your dad died, you've never been the same with Christmas. What happened?
It turns out Ivan's dad died in a car accident on Christmas Day during their senior year.
We've just never celebrated Christmas since.
Ivan, I'm so sorry. Is that why you never came back?
Wait, weren't you dating him when this happened? How did you know that he had problems with Christmas and his dad was dead, but you didn't know how the two things were connected, especially if you were dating him? I'm glad he's wiping his eyes because I would not know that he was crying because he's not actually crying. Bobby tries to make amends with Allison, so she has him help her hand out flyers for the next charity event, which features Ivan, so Bobby gets all butthurt and leaves. Ivan flies Allison somewhere for a romantic date. And then at the charity fundraiser, Bobby randomly proposes and Ivan gets a hockey coaching opportunity.
Don't marry this guy. You know it's not right. You know it's always been you and me.
Has it always been you and me? Or has it always been you and hockey?
And thus our third act breakup. Gee, I wonder who she'll pick in the end. Yada yada yada, the end.
This is a love story, a journey by design.
How long does it take for your brain cells to regenerate? So why is this film in the dumpster? You know that quote, shoot for the moon and even if you miss, you'll land among the stars? So if you aim for Hallmark, and you miss, you'll land well, below Hallmark. While watching this movie, all I could think was, this is the romance version of Sickness House with a better camera. The cinematography? Sadly, that was the best part of the whole thing, I think. It feels a little weird to call any of this the best part, but moving on. The audio is all over the place here, even within the same scene, making it painfully obvious where the boom mic was.
There'll be other kids, and it'll be fun.
All right, fine.
You see, boom operator, you can turn the mic towards the people who are talking. Just a thought. The script was nonsensical, the editing was odd in many places, and the acting was pretty bad. The most egregious, in my opinion, being Allison's sister Lauren.
We'll call it the Christmas coupon.
Please stop talking. One good thing came out of this movie, I suppose, for the two lead actors. Courtney Matthews and Aaron Noble went from being annoyed with each other in real life to getting engaged. An off-screen romance that I bet couldn't have been any worse than the on-screen one we just witnessed. Well, I don't know if that actually helped your holiday season, but try to have a good one anyway.
I need to leave.
It's Christmas time.
This is Halloween.
It's Christmas time.
This is Halloween.